Hi friends, in the previous video we have seen some of the basic fundamentals of engineering mechanics, and today's class we are going to see some of the important formulas which are going to be derived in engineering mechanics. These are the basic formulas as well as important formulas too. So let us see. The first one is rigid bodies. What are rigid bodies? Rigid bodies are those bodies which will not change its size and shape under the action of external loads. Yes, rigid bodies are the bodies which are not going to change its size and shape. For example, if you take a concrete block, and apply some force on it, so what happens in the sense, this concrete block is never going to change its size and shape, because these are called rigid bodies. And one more example, let us consider a wall, and few people are applying some force on a wall. When you are applying forces on the wall is not moving at all, because this wall is a rigid one. If a rigid material is there, what happens in the sense, all the forces will become zero or negligible. So this is the case number one. And let's go for second case, non-rigid bodies. What are non-rigid bodies? Non-rigid bodies are the bodies which will change its shape and size under the action of external forces. For example, in the previous one you have taken concrete block, now we are going to take a plastic cube. When some force is applying on the cube, what happens? The cube is changing its size as well as shape. So this is called as deformed bodies or non-rigid bodies. And you take one more example. For example, let us take chairs and tables or some other moving materials. This will move from one place to other place, because when you act some force on it, these are going to move, or it is going to be change its position. So this is called as non-rigid bodies. And let's go for some of the basic fundamentals, that is fundamental quantities or fundamental units. What are fundamental units? The units which are derived with respect to length, mass and time is called as fundamental units. Let us take the example of length. For example, you have to measure the length from A point to B point. So A to B I am measuring the length. This distance will be in meters or mm. Here I am measuring only the length. And for example, if you take the mass, so this mass is measured in kgs. So generally the weights which you will take will be always in the kgs. So this is a fundamental unit. And for example, next one is time. Time is always measured in seconds. So due to this, these three are the fundamental units, and here is a tabular column to you which shows the symbols as well as units of these fundamental quantities. And let's go for next topic. Those are derived quantities. Or what are derived quantities? These derived quantities are the quantities which are derived from the fundamental quantities. In the previous one we have seen only the length. Now in the derived quantities we are going to see the area. For example, A to B is one length and B to C is another length. So here meters and here meters. The area will comes into meter square. The previously, for example, you take velocity, you take discharge, these are all comes under derived quantities, and this tabular column shows clearly the derived quantities. And now let's see some of the unit conversions, because without unit conversions you are not going to solve any problem in this diploma as well as your engineering. For example, we'll take some of the simple unit conversions. 1 kilonewton. What is 1 kilonewton? 1 kilonewton equal to 1000 newtons. And next, 1 meter equal to 1000 mm. Here 1 kilonewton meter equal to 10 to the power of 6 mm. It means 10 to the power of 3 is from kilonewton and 10 to the power of 3 is from meters. So like this, 10 to the power of 6 which is going to be converted, and here 10 to the power of 3 represents 1000. So 1000 plus 1000. So it became 10 to the power of 3 plus 10 to the power of 6. Like this, 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm. And generally you will be writing pi. What is pi? Pi in the sense directly, if you want to calculate any of your sums, pi is equal to 180 degrees in your calculations mind. And now let us see a tabular column which will clearly tells you how to pronounce this. For example, I am having 10 to the power of 3. 10 to the power of 3 should be pronounced as kilo. 10 to the power of 6 should be pronounced as mega. 10 to the power of 9 is called as giga. 10 to the power of 12 is called as tera. 10 to the power of 15 is called as peta, and 20 to the power of 18 is called as exa. In the same way, you will be having a reverse order of it. For example, 10 to the power of minus 3, it is called as milli. 10 to the power of minus 6, it is called as micro, and 10 to the power of minus 9 is termed as nano, and 10 to the power of minus 12 is pico. 10 to the power of minus 15 is called as femto, and 10 to the power of minus 18 is called as atto. In the next class, in the next video, we are going to see what are the forces which are acting, and which type of forces, and how many types of forces are acting on the body, because our next topic is forces and its movement. Due to due to applying of external loads, what happens to a body. So that we will see in the next class. Thank you.